That's it right there, but
Proud of our guys. Total team effort. I know, Troy, you just talked a little bit about the way we played on Thursday night. I thought we played very well again tonight, moving the basketball. Thursday night we made 20 baskets. We had 18 assists. Tonight we made 26 baskets and had 16 assists. I thought we moved the basketball tonight. Not just one guy. It's a total team effort. I thought we had some guys come off the bench really step up big tonight. Stetson Billings was one who hasn't played a whole lot, not near as much as he's wanted to, but he's a high character young man who works extremely hard in practice. He's all about the team, and that's what this team's made out of.
Do you feel like when James kind of got going, that's what really kind of turned things for you guys in the second half?
I thought our guys did a good job looking to him inside. At the half, we were up 16-4 points in the paint. We were up 8-0 on second chance points, and I thought that was important. We were still down 4 at the half. Yet we were up on the glass, and we knew coming into the game, A-State's a good rebounding team. And I think when they out-rebound their opponents coming into the night, they're 12-1, and I felt like that was going to be an important stat coming in. Unfortunately for our guys, they did a great job on the glass. I believe won the glass by 8. I thought that was very important. I thought we did a good job looking for Josh, but James. It wasn't just James, though. I thought, our guys found each other. We made some good plays in transition. I thought to start the second half, we didn't do a very good job in winning those 50-50 plays. They got a couple offensive rebounds, and we were standing around a little too much. I thought after the first media timeout in the second half, we got that turned.
Was there an emphasis defensively in the second half on the perimeter after giving up 6 3-pointers in the first half?
Yeah, but really there was an emphasis coming into the night. They've got a number of guys, as you know, that can shoot the basketball. They're a very good three-point shooting team, shooting just over 39% for the year as a team. And that's phenomenal when you've got that many guys. And it's not like you can take and say, we're going to stop Johnson or we're going to stop Townsend or one other. They got a number of guys that can shoot. Golden can shoot. We lost him 3 times in the first half. He made 3 threes where we lose him in transition, lose him on post entry. As Ben alluded to earlier, I thought we did a much better job in the second half getting to the 3-point line.
Coach, it seemed like, White obviously was a big part of the win, but for you guys down the stretch, you guys hit a lot of free throws. You finished the game 19-21. Just talk about that.
We've been a good free throw shooting team for most of the year. That doesn't mean in every game. We had a recent loss where we didn't shoot the free throws very well in the last minute, which contributed to a home loss not long ago. But our guys overall are good free throw shooters and got a good mindset when they go to the foul line. They're pretty mentally tough guys.
Coach, this is your second win kind of in a row, snapping that losing streak, your second game without Will. I mean, are guys really starting to believe that you guys can maybe make a pretty serious run at the end of the season?
Well, I think they're trusting one another. I think that's the important thing right now. And it wasn't like we played that bad during that stretch. I mean, when you look back, and I go back to the January 18th game over at Georgia State where James White twisted his ankle and was in a boot after that and missed 4 games. From that stretch to this point, we faced some adversity. We always talk about every team's ultimate success will be determined by how they handle adverse situations, and that's what you learn from athletics, and that's what our guys are continuing to learn. I mean, it's not easy when you lose a guy averaging 16 and 7, and Will Nader. Our guys have stepped up, and I thought we stepped up even back at Lafayette when we didn't suit up. Leroy Eisler and Will Nader, and those guys missed the game, and we had the basketball last possession of the game and a chance to win it before losing the game in double overtime. So we played well in some games. It's not like that losing streak, and that's what I met with the guys Thursday afternoon at Troy and said, you can't put pressure on yourself. There's no pressure. I mean, pressure is what you put on yourself, and our guys have handled it in a very positive way, and I feel certain they'll continue to do so.
You mentioned that first 5 minutes of the second half. You always talk about how the last 4 of the first half and the first 4 of the second half are so important. When you guys come out of the half, it's lasting that long. I mean, what do you personally think? Is it something pretty good has to happen pretty soon, or this thing can get away from us? Or
without a doubt, I thought that was important coming into the finish of the half.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a stretch right there where they had taken a lead, they had extended it a little bit, and we couldn't go in down 10 at the half. guys hung in there. I thought the last stop of the first half was an important stop for us going into the half. And like I said earlier, Troy, I didn't think we started the second half particularly well. I thought we got beat on some 50-50 plays. I thought we were a little bit lackluster starting on the defensive end. That's been a thing that we've tried to step up and have an urgency and passion to get stops on the defensive end. I thought we did that extremely well on Thursday night from start to finish at Troy, and I thought we did it well at times, minus the start of the second half tonight.
How much of an emphasis was put on Van Slyke? He wasn't much of a factor tonight.
Well, he's a great player. I mean, he really is. I mean, he can score it inside and out. An outstanding three-point shooter, and you've got to get to him. And we chose to start the game trapping ball screens. We knew we could be in a vulnerable situation at times if we didn't rotate with urgency. And then when you rotate, you're exposed on that other three-point shooter in the corner, whether it's Johnson, Golden, Townsend, any of those guys. So we had to fly around a little bit, and I thought our guys did a good job of it. And we created a few turnovers that we needed off of that.
Coach, you think it makes it harder for teams to guard you guys without Will the key on inside the ball?
I don't know about that. Will's a pretty good player.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you talk about a guy averaging 16 and 7. I mean, he's a phenomenal player. He's going to have a great future. He's had a great career here with us. I'm not going to say we're harder to guard with him with an all-league guy out, but I think our guys have done an excellent job of sharing the basketball. I think they've moved the ball very well during the stretch. I think we moved the ball very well at Lafayette down there in a double overtime loss. And that's the thing we've got to continue to do. We've got to have urgency to defend and passion to get stops. And we've got to have great ball movement. We can't care who gets credit and who gets the shots. And that's what that locker room is about. It's a high character group. And I've said this all along. I think something good is coming from this team.
What can you say about Josh? He didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight, but he had 10 assists. A couple of those that James had came from him.
I thought he was very good.
Yeah.
I thought, Josh is the guy who's extremely hard on himself, gets down on himself at times. But there was a stretch, I think, midway through the second half, we put Stetson in there for him to give him a blow and say, it's okay. You don't have to make shots to be effective on the floor. I mean, and that's where, he draws a lot of attention. He's a good offensive player. And I thought he shared the basketball tonight much like he did on Thursday night. He didn't have a great night shooting the ball on Thursday night at Troy. I think he was 2 for 9 from the floor, but he was a big part of that win as he was tonight.
Anybody else? Thanks, Coach.